Hi guys, welcome back once again to the channel. In today's video I'm going to be showing you guys how I achieved the two structured sleeve you saw on the thumbnail. Okay, in making this sleeve you have to make use of your pins to make the sleeve appear neatly sewn, just as you can see. All right, so make use of your pin. You have to iron. Okay, can you see how neatly sewn this looks? Okay, so this is the second sleeve. I'm still going to teach how to do this inside this video, so I would advise that you watch to the end if you want to know how I achieved these sleeves. So guys, here we are on the work table and I'm going to be marking out the necessary measurements. So now I've put my fabric on fold and I'm going to mark out 4 inches, preferably 3 inches. Okay, you can use 3 inches, that's for the width. Now I marked out 11 inches for the sleeve length, so I would advise you use 8 inches if you don't want yours to be as long as mine. Okay, all right. So I came down by 4 inches and I connected as seen. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is to cut it out. I'm cutting my fabric out, so you go ahead and cut yours out. So after cutting out, I'm going to measure this sleeve right round. Okay, so after measuring I got 28 inches. Okay, but I cut out 30 inches on this fabric on the table. This is 30 inches length. Okay, and I cut out 3 inches width, so I'm measuring out the 30 inches for the length. Okay, but I would advise you add just 1 inch to yours, because I found out that the 2 inches extra that I added was much. Okay, so I'll just rule out my line so that I'll be able to cut out my fabric. So when I'm done doing this, I'm going to cut out this fabric. As you can see me doing, I'm cutting the fabric already. So I'll be cutting 2 of these. Okay, I'm going to place the first one that I've cut onto this fabric and I will cut again. Okay, this is the upper part of the sleeve. Should I even call it the upper part of the sleeve? Well, you know what I'm saying. Okay, so this is for that part of the sleeve. All right, so after doing this, I'm going to iron my gum stay onto the sleeve, onto this fabric rather. Okay, so as you can see, I've already ironed the gum stay onto it, so I'm going to pin this right round. See, just work with your pins to achieve a nice finishing. Okay, a nice look. So whenever you work with pins, you will see that the result will always be different. So I'm just going to go ahead and pin this right round. The corners of this sleeve, this particular area that you see me pinning now, is where I found difficult. Okay, is kind of tricky, that side, but just have to take your time and you will achieve it. Okay, there is no rush to this. All right, so after pinning this, I'm going to sew it right round. So guys, here on the sewing machine, did you see the excess fabric I told you guys? Okay, so take note of that. You don't have to add 2 inches to yours. 1 inch is okay. So I'm sewing with 1/2 inch. Okay, and at the curves there, you just have to be very careful. Just take it easy to achieve a nice finishing. Okay, take your time. Okay, there's no rush to this. All right, so I'll continue with my 1/2 inch, and once I'm done, I'm going to place the 2 sleeves together. Remember, I cut out 2 sleeves. Okay, but this 2 sleeve is serving as 1 sleeve. Okay, because I'm using the two sleeves as both the men body and for the fabric. As you can see, I have it two here on the table, so I'm just going to cut this out. Once I'm done, I'm going to place right side facing each other, and as you can see, I'm notching those corners. Notch it so that it will be easy for you to iron, and it will also relax. Okay, so you have to iron also, take note of that. So guys, here we go. You have to open your seam and you iron. Even at the top there, as you can see me doing, try and iron it as much as you can. Iron just like you're seeing me doing. Okay, just press this very well. Okay, it will help you, everything is going to look nice. So sewing goes with a lot of ironing and pinnings. Okay, if you want to have a nice neatly presented work, you just have to do with your pins and your irons. Now I'm marking out 5 inches. This 5 inches will serve as the point I'm going to be attaching to my main bodies. Okay, all right. So now the next thing I'm doing is placing these sleeves right side facing each other, and I will sew, but I'll not be sewing these parts that I've marked. So I'm going to join this and pin. I keep on repeating this, pin. All right, so when I'm done pinning, okay, I'm going to sew it from that point I marked. Please, if I'm being too fast, just be observant of what I'm doing and follow suit. Okay, all right. So guys, I've gone ahead to sew this. Did you see how I sewed it? So you just have to sew your own this way, and you notch those sharp edges. Okay, you notch, and you turn around. Okay, turn out the right sides of your sleeve. So once you're done doing that, you have to iron again. Okay, iron very well, press that fabric down. Okay, so as you can see me doing, just press it. Okay, so when you're okay with the ironing, you are good to go. So guys, once you are done ironing, you see this opening here, you're just going to fix it into your sleeve. Okay, the opening you are seeing, fix it into your sleeve like so, and top stitch. Okay, yeah, but the best method is to bring out this, like I'm showing you guys. Bring it out, that ½ inch that you sewed that is remaining, just bring it out like this. I'm going to bring this closer for you guys to see once I'm done. So you bring it out and you sew it to your sleeve. So just go ahead and notch it. Okay, notch it so you have something like this. This way it will be very easy for you to fix to your fabric. Did you see the ½ inch has popped out? Okay, now moving on to the second sleeve, I'm going to be demonstrating this with a pattern paper. Okay, so whatever you see me doing, and if you want to sew this second sleeve, just apply the same method onto your fabric and you'll be good to go. Now I'm marking out my shoulder measurements 8 inches, but I added ½ inch, okay, for seam allowance. Note that this pattern paper is on fold. Okay, so the length I'll be using for this project is 15 inches. Okay, 15 inches is not too long because I'm still going to apply some modifications to this sleeve. Okay, so let's move ahead. So once I'm done doing this, I'm going to rule out my line. Okay, so once I'm done, I'm going to use my tracing wheel to mark out this line, because I'm going to repeat the same line on the other side of the pattern. I'm going to spread it out. Okay, so this is it. I'll rule out the line for us to be able, because I'll be working with the two lines, because I'll work on this sleeve with pattern paper spread out like this. Okay, so now I have 17 inches altogether. 8.5 plus 8.5, that will give you 17 inches. So at the middle of our pattern paper, I'm still going to rule out another line. Make sure you rule on the middle of your pattern paper, 2 equal halves. Okay, now from the upper part I'm going to come down by 4 inches. Can you see that? I'll come down by 4 inches and I'll place my tape by the width, and I'm going to mark out 2 inches. Just be observant of what I'm doing. Okay, did you see that? 4 inches. Now I'm going to roll out my line. So after rolling out, I'm still going to mark out another 2 inches, but now it is going to be diagonally. Okay, so just watch the way I'm going to do that. Can you see? I will mark it out 2 inches. There you go. So I'm going to repeat the same to the other side, 2 inches. Okay, so guys, at this point I noticed that my camera stopped filming, but I'm still going to explain what I did. I marked out 2 inches just like you saw me illustrating now, and from that point I marked down 7.5 inches. Okay, and I drew my diagonal lines also. So with the help of my armhole curve, I was able to create this little curve you can see. Okay, and at the upper part you can also see another 1 inch curve at the upper part. At the upper part there I came down by 1 inch. Okay, and I curved it out also. All right, so nothing to worry about. So guys, notice that I used my pencil to mark out 1/2 inch sewing allowance. If you look closely, you are going to see that after my marker you can see sort of a triangle. Can you see? I used it for I used my pencil to mark out my sewing allowance, and I'm going to cut it out. I'm going to cut this pattern paper out. Okay, so this is it. So just cut as you can see me doing. Cut exactly like I did. Okay, so guys, this is it after cutting. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys how you can sew this up. All right, so you're going to fold like this and sew on that 1/2 inch. As you can see, you are going to sew that part first. Okay, so this is it. I'm done sewing it, and I also sew the upper part of the pattern. Okay, this is what you are going to do to your fabric. Now I came up by 3 inches because I didn't want my sleeve to be this pointed, but if you want yours to be like this, you can leave it that way. But me, I just want mine to, you know, this is my preference anyways. So guys, I marked out 3 inches and I'm going to cut it out. So this is how I want my own sleeve to appear. So it's optional the way you want yours to look. Okay, so I'm just going to trim this so that I'm not going to be having any pointed edge. Okay, so guys, just like I showed with the first sleeve, you are going to use your fabric also for the lining, and you are also going to apply your gum stain to this sleeve. Okay, so if you find this video helpful, please give me a thumbs up so that more people will get to see this video. Subscribe to this channel for more detailed videos. Okay, and do not forget to click on the notification bell so you'll be updated. Bye.